I'm live. Hello. Hello out there in YouTube world. I don't know if I'm doing. Okay. Anyway, wow. Why is it I never look like crazy until I see myself on the camera and then I'm like, whoa. Whoa. Whatever. I made myself some sweet tea, which I don't normally do because it is obscene amounts of sugar, but I really wanted something sweet to drink, and the kids drank all of the Dr. Pepper, like all of it. So it was either go to the store or make some sweet tea, which sounded good. Could have done lemonade, but sweet tea just really sounded awesome. So my recipe for sweet tea, unfortunately, cannot be done by the glass. It's done by the gallon, as anybody that does sweet tea knows. So, and I like mine like kick your butt strong. So, I made actually like 1.5 gallons. I do like a big tea kettle on the stove, and I put the Lipton, because you have to use Lipton for sweet tea. It's like unconstitutional not to. So I put that on there, but I use 8 family size tea bags in one tea kettle. Hey, Justin. So, yeah, so 8 tea bags in one tea kettle full of water. It comes out almost as solid. And then you pour that on the sugar, of course, in the pitcher. I have 2 pitchers up. And, yeah, once the sugar is melted, you just pour just enough just to get the sugar melted. And then the other pitcher has like some ice water to help dilute stuff down. And yeah, so you just kind of pour it back and forth until it's evenly, yeah, but it's pretty strong. I like it really sweet and strong. Not super, super, super sweet, but you know, it's sweet tea. Gotta have some sugar in it. So anyway, but yeah. But that's how you make, you have to melt the sugar. You cannot have sugar granules in your iced tea. That is just nasty. So you got to melt the sugar. So if anybody's wondering how you make sweet tea, that's basically it. Super, super strong black tea, hot and poured onto the sugar. And then you add ice water to kind of even things out. There you go. But yeah, I could have made sun tea today. It was really hot and dry outside, but anyway, it's fine. I like to do the sun tea in a glass jar, and I don't have a glass jar right now. Hey, Andre. I was going to share something embarrassing, but now I don't think I will because one of my agents just popped on. Oh, who am I kidding? So yeah, I was out today. It was like super hot outside, and it was just so gorgeous. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was so blue outside. I'm like, I kind of wanted a nap, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out to the hammock outside. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna scare the neighbors. I'm gonna put myself a bathing suit on and go out to the hammock. And I have these misting fans, which are awesome because we use them for like, if we go to do some kind of event or something, we have like a big old tent and stuff. You'd be amazed at how many of those we do each year. So we have these misting fans because it gets super hot at those events, especially during the summertime. So we use them fairly frequently. So they're like, it's a battery in it, and then you put it on top of a Lowe's bucket with water in it, and it pumps water out, and there's these 2 like spritz things of water, and then the fan, it's just, oh my goodness, it's so great. It's so great. So on super hot days, it's so wonderful to have that on you. So I'm like, I'm going to go lay out in the hammock, and I'm going to have the misting fan on me. And I'm just going to get some, you know, my hair was getting dark. So, you know, as soon as I sit in the sun, it gets lightened up. So that's how I color my hair. So I was sitting out there and I was enjoying it and everything. But I started getting a little warm. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to turn over on the other side. Unfortunately, I don't know how much you've actually been in a hammock. I don't have like a hammock between 2 trees. I have a hammock on one of those stand things, the metal stand. it's nice because I can move it around and stuff, whatever. But yeah, so I was I was sitting in the hammock trying to go from up. I was gonna go put myself on the other side because I wanted the misting fan on me. So I go to like lay the other way. So instead of my feet being at the top, my head would be at the top. Y'all, I sat up straight like Indian style, and the whole thing starts going like this, and I'm like, oh no, oh no. It goes. So I mean, it was in slow motion. I knew I was gonna fall over. I knew the whole thing was about to topple, but there was no stopping it. And I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. So the weight of me on the hammock, all on one side of it, lifted the other side of the hammock, and I just, oh yeah, feet overhead, rolled onto the grass, and I'm laughing my butt off. Thank God I didn't have like iced tea in that time. I mean, I was just sitting there just laughing at my stupid self, hoping to God nobody saw me. And then the back door opens. Yeah, they all saw from the living room. I mean, how do you miss a hammock flying, you know, the stand flying past the window? But yeah, so I'm laying on the grass, laughing myself stupid. And there's my kid like, you okay? I'm like, yep, nothing hurt but my pride. And they're like, okay then. And I'm like, at least nothing fell out of the bathing suit and just put it to the top. So of course, yeah, that was my afternoon. It was still a really nice time. I just had to put the whole hammock back together and get back on it. But yeah, no, I don't just like, you know, I've seen people fall out of a hammock, but you kind of roll, you know, with the no, I did the whole thing going the other way. What are the chances? Who does that? It was me. I did that. Yeah. So fun. So fun. Whatever. What can you do? I'm supposed to be watching Top Gun right now, but I don't really know if I want to watch Top Gun, but I've never watched it before, like ever. I was 6 when that movie came out. I've never watched it, okay? But my husband really wants to go to the movies tomorrow night, and he wants to see Top Gun, the remake or the sequel or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta actually watch this because I can't go and see the sequel if I haven't seen the original, right? So I was gonna go and watch that at some point tonight. I don't know. It seems like such a guy movie. I mean, if you've never seen it before, it's like a whole bunch of fighter jets and stuff. And I'm like, really? I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan either. So I don't know. Just kind of, I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But apparently I got to watch not 1, but 2 Top Gun movies this weekend now. Because I never saw the first one, so I got to watch that. And then my husband wants to go to the movies, but he never asks for much of anything. So if he wants something, I'm going to do it. Because he never asks for anything for himself. So, and he swears up and down, I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I got to go watch I should be watching Top Gun right now, but I'm not going to. So, as soon as I'm done with this, I'll go watch it. I feel like I have homework. Okay, so Andre, who was just on here, who knows I'm doing a live, just texted me. Like, what are you doing, man? I can't text you. I'm using my phone on the line. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how I would text. There's no keyboard on here. I can't even. It's just a thing. I know. What are y'all doing up this weekend? It's a long weekend. Do you have some super awesome plans? Something going on around town? Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking on here. I guess I'm supposed to be talking, so. Setting up water slides for Memorial Day. That sounds fun. I would do some, yeah, I'd do water slides. I mean, if I can tilt the whole hammock into making it a slide. I did have water, so. Do you guys remember that thing that we used to have when we were kids? Maybe it's just me because I'm old, but it never worked as advertised. It was called the slip and slide. It never worked. It never worked. They would show everybody sliding right down it, and it was so cool. There's water, and it's so awesome. No, no. It's like you go and you run, and then you go to slide, and you don't slide. You just hit the ground and roll. It hurts so bad. There was no sliding. And then, like, you hit the ground, and then you, like, yeah, with the 1-inch inflatable, I never made it to the end. Like, I never made it to the end. I slid maybe, like, half a foot, and quite frankly, I durfed it. I mean, I went, like, I didn't, like, slide. I just went, like, thunk. It was like, what just happened? So I just thought I was doing it wrong. I don't know, but it never, like, I never slid. So at one point, my mom's like, all right, I got this. So she took some Dawn detergent, and she we did slide, but we got the Dawn detergent all in our eyes, because it was like, you know, it was like shooting water. There was bubbles. You're sliding. You got it all over your hands. You got it all over your body. I mean, if you want to have your kids take a shower and get squeaky clean, that's probably a pretty good way to do it. But, I mean, we at least did slide, but I just kind of durfed it. I mean, maybe if she had, like, added oil, I don't know. I never, that thing never made it for me. I don't know. So it just, you know, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe you guys actually did the slide, you know, the way it was advertised, but I didn't. I just kind of went thunk, thunk. And, you know, so, I mean, it was just, you know, a slip and bruise, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't work. I did like the little kiddie pools and stuff. Those seem to have gotten better over the years. But, yeah, no. I don't know. Then they've got, like, the big, huge ones, like $100 over at Walmart, and you can get yourself a 4-foot pool. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. But, yeah. I don't know. I like the videos where they go to empty the pool, and they go and slice a hole in it, and then the water just, poof. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. I don't know. I would like to try that. Maybe if you do that, it'd be like a real slip and slide type situation. But I was always the one that got hurt. I always got hurt. I've had stitches more times than I can count, because I had 2 brothers, and anything they did, I could do better. And I couldn't. And we had a lot of time on our hands, because we were homeschooled. So yeah, I just always ended up at the hospital. It was just not good. It was definitely not good. You name it, I've done it to myself. So yeah, I think I was just always that kid. I mean, it didn't stop me from trying that stupid slip and slide thing, but I never slid. I just slipped and thunked. I don't know. Anyway, so did you guys hear about the great, what are they calling it? The great deceleration? So I was going to put it in the radio show this week, but I recorded my whole radio show talking about how, you know, with the interest rates rising, a lot of buyers have been kind of tossed out of the market. A lot of other ones that were qualified just decided to go ahead and wait and see what happens because the interest rate's so high. They just don't want to get into it. Just a huge amount of buyers just boom, instantly out of the market, just gone, just disappeared. And so the prices have started to come down. I mean, not like, you know, huge heaping, wow, oh my God, it's going to crash, but at least it's decelerated. You know, it was like, whoo, and now it's kind of, you know, kind of dipping down a little bit. So that was terrible because I'm like way over here. But yeah, it was just like all the way up. And I was like going way too high. And then they kind of, now it's come down a little bit. So kind of interesting that. But yeah, I was going to do that for the radio show. I recorded a 30-minute radio show with all the commercials and everything. Got it all set in while I was editing it because my assistant who normally does the editing for the show wasn't there. And so I tried to do it myself. I deleted half the show. I deleted half of it. Couldn't get it back. It was just gone. It was straight up gone because I deleted it in the editing. So Yeah, so it's going to be a really good show next week when I re-record the second half of the show I deleted. But I didn't have it in me to re-record the second half, so I just was like, you know what? This will be a great show for next week. Yeah. Yeah. So that went not so well. But at least, you know, now I only have to record a half show for next week. But yeah, so if anybody's wondering why there was a rerun on today's radio show, we're going to blame it on Memorial Day weekend. Yep. So I did ask the, this is a really, really small radio show, y'all. Like, really small radio station, all that. And I asked the radio show or the radio station manager or whatever, I'm like, hey, you know, the contract's coming up soon. Have we had any feedback on the show? You know, what's been said? Haven't had too much feedback on my end. And he's like, oh no, it's going really well. We haven't gotten any negative feedback. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh no, if there was anything negative, we would have heard about it. Everybody loves to give negative opinions about radio shows. He's like, the only thing I've heard is a few people saying that they really enjoy the show. And I'm like, well, that would be positive feedback. He goes, no, I'm more impressed with the lack of negative feedback. And I'm like, okay. So it's not bad. Whatever. Oh, craziness. Absolute craziness. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't ask too many questions. Craziness. So all of y'all, 11 people that are watching this tonight, besides, let's see, inflatable slides, water slides. I bet those are gotta be cool. Wonder if you rent them or if you like own them and just take them out a couple times. I don't know. What are you guys up to? Not seeing a whole lot. The 1-inch inflatable ring. I don't know. So crazy. Oh, well, that's cheating. So are you doing it for yourself or for everybody else? So in other words, you're working. Yeah. That's not fun. That's not even remotely fun. Like, I thought you were like setting it up for yourself, your family, like, you know, having a good time or whatever. You're just working. It was hot out today. I can't even imagine setting up equipment today. It was like super hot. Like, I don't know, probably close to 100 degrees. Because I didn't even go outside until like 4. And then I'm like, whoo, I'm gonna cook. Beers and cleaning inflatables? Okay. I don't know, I guess. I never really thought about it. It's probably a lot of grass and grit and all sand and all sorts of stuff. Oh, I guess that's fun. To each their own, man. I don't know. You probably turn them into a slipping slide once they're actually down, and then, I don't know. Do you like rinse them off, let them dry, and then fold? I don't know. I don't know enough about that. That's just got to be one of those things that I just, you know, I just don't know. We did, for a while, we were, at least once a year, we were renting a dunk tank. It looked like a really great idea. We did it for an event because it was like, I actually made a banner that said, are you frustrated with the real estate market? Take it out on a realtor. And so, so us realtors were, you know, actually up there on the dunk tank. Yeah, me too. And so yeah, but those things, like, you have to do it. There was no instructions that came with it. They didn't even fill it. They just, here's the tank, bye. And it was like, okay, so we'll pick it up tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, I thought it was really cool until you realize that if you don't come off that, like you're sitting on the edge here and then they hit the ball and so the whole thing goes up, right? Well, if you don't roll forward, like you have to go forward. If you just go straight down, the thing comes up, the seat, the back of the seat is just like a flat, and it smacks you right in the back, and you're already wet. So it's like this flat metal pan, just thwack. Which is really, it's pretty painful the first time, but if you're up there for a good half hour to an hour, you're probably going to get whacked like 10 times. Hey, Lexi. So, yeah, we did that for a few years, and then we just decided to retire from dunk tank thing. So, yeah, if they could find one that just had like a softer smacking part even, that would have been okay. Like put some pool noodles on that or something. But yeah, everybody's like, oh, that looks like so much fun. And I was like, not so much. Not so much. Yeah, it walloped us. It just absolutely walloped us. So, and then, you know, you're like, it's exhausting too, because you get dunked and then you have to go up the ladder and get up there and sit, and you're like tense the whole time because you know you're about to like have to go forward. You have to get ready to roll forward. And I would be like so anxious that somebody was going to hit the stupid thing that I would be like, I actually rolled off of it once without somebody actually hitting the mark. And then my husband, like, he would help the kids because we didn't charge for it. We actually set it up, and it was like anybody that registered, and it had to be adults only, but anybody that registered for any of their real estate wants or needs could have, you know, 3 chances to dunk a realtor. So it was fun, but my husband was the one that was like lining everybody up, and well, the kids would come along, they'd get their parents to register, and then they would, you know, throw the balls, and my husband would feel so bad because they couldn't hit the mark, so he'd come over and just dunk me anyway. I was like, you jerk, quit helping. So like every time a kid showed up, I was like, oh no. So yeah, it was exhausting. We all took turns. We had a lot of fun with it and stuff. One of my realtors, I actually was like, get off the seat. Get off the seat. She was drop dead gorgeous. Okay, like drop dead gorgeous. She had some work done. So I mean, she stood out in a crowd anyway. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, she got a bikini up there, which, you know, it's hot. It's fine. It was in July. It was whatever. So she's up there in a bikini, which already had plenty of attention. But she had been eating right before she went up there because it was her turn to go up next. Well, she had been eating Cajun boiled peanuts, which is very common down here, right? Well, they happen to be like super, super spicy Cajun, and she kind of burnt her lips from the, so she's up there on the top, way up high on this dunk tank, and she's waiting for people to come up, and I like look around, all of a sudden, like every guy at every booth, for as far as the eye could see, was just staring at our tent and our booth, and I'm just like, what on earth is going on? What is going on? And I look up at her, and she's laid back on the thing, wearing her bikini, and she's licking her lips repeatedly. I was like, you're done. You're done. Get off. You're done. She's just like, what? And I'm like, get some chapstick or something, girl. Get off. And all of a sudden, we had a lineup of people, and I'm like, we're selling houses, honey, not anything else. Get off there. She was rolling. She didn't even think about it, you know, but she's like super modest. She's a great person, but it was just hilarious because I'm like looking around, like every dad with kids, every guy was just like, and just focused. I was dying. I was just like, not what we're wanting to sell. He had us up there hooking for houses. Good grief. It was hilarious. So, I mean, you know, we had fun with the dunk tank. I probably won't do it again just because I know that thing is a hazard. It hurts when it smacks you in the back. So, you know, you gotta have to roll for, I don't know. It was just a pain. Plus we had the fire department fill it up for us, which was really nice because there was no water out there. That thing is a lot of water, like a lot of water. So, you know, it was out in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere. It was like a big event. And so yeah, no, it was just a pain in the butt. Yeah, anyway, some crazy stuff. Any of my new agents, they come in and they're like, what do I do to bring in, you know, new leads? I'm like, you know, you name it, I've done it. Like, just absolutely have done it. Like, whatever, to get our company name out there and stuff. So there is nothing you can come up with that I haven't done. But just get out there. Don't sit at home. Get out there and meet people. Set up a I don't know, inflatable water slide. Whatever. I even know a guy. Oh my goodness. So what, besides inflatable water slides, what do y'all got going on this weekend? It'd be weird not going to the office on Monday. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, seriously, that would be weird not going in. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Like, nobody's typing. So weird. It might be a short night tonight. Nope, everybody's just quiet. That's okay. Oh, so yeah. What was I talking about earlier? The great deceleration because of the interest rates. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I'll wait for the crash. I'll wait for the crash. Well, you might see a lower price. That's got to count for something. We're just taking the dogs out since we have nothing else to do. Sounds about right. I have something to do, but I don't want to, so I'm procrastinating about it. I have to go watch Top Gun. I've never seen it before. I don't want to, but my husband really wants to see the sequel, and I have no idea what it's about, except for it's about jets, and Tom Cruise is in it. But yeah, I have no idea. So I have to watch that. So as soon as I'm off here, I'm going to go watch Top Gun. I was 6 when that movie came out. I don't know. I never got around to watching it. So I know there's some guy named Goose in it. And there's a love interest. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, see? It's a guy movie, right? It's like about fighter jets and stuff. And I think somebody dies, but I don't know. I don't know. All I know is my husband wants to go and see the sequel tomorrow night. So that means I have to watch it tonight. So I've got 2 Top Gun movies in a weekend. I've gone over 40 years without seeing one, and now I'm going to see 2. I do. There's actually several builders out there. World Corp is building some. There's actually several. So yeah, I think Patriot and, oh man, my mind just went blank. There's another one. They have a model home over here in Marion Oaks. I can't remember. I know, Lexi. I know. No, but yeah, if you're wanting to know, we've actually had some people purchase out there already. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for like investment purposes, but if you're looking for your own home, yeah, they would probably be great for that. I know World Corp has some houses coming up like right soon. They should be done within the next 3 weeks to a month, and they're selling them right now. They're not on the market, excuse me, but they are available. So Ready to build. Well, yeah, they've been ready to build for at least the last 20 years, maybe 30. Okay. Craziness. I think there was an, oh my goodness, there's Aldana. Donna? One of those. Anyway, I believe they've got some out there too. Aldana Construction. So I don't know. There's a few. There's several builders that are out there. They're like, I guess the starter home builders. That's what they kind of really do. Like Triple Crown normally goes like a little bit more higher end, a little bit bigger houses. But yeah, like basically the starter home builders are the ones that are out there. World Corp has a lot of those. Aldana Construction has those. Patriot Construction. And the one I cannot remember to save my life, the owner is from New York, and I cannot remember it. He has the model home over on Marion Oaks Trail, on the trail. Anyway, I'll remember it as soon as I'm off of here. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll be like, ah! Does none of us any good at that point, but I even have his emails in my email inbox. That's going to drive me nuts. I hate not remembering a name. And I'm terrible with names, so it just drives me nuts all the time. But whatever. But yeah, I know they're building some out there too. There's a lot of builders out there right now. I don't know why. I don't know why. It is. That's a ways out. When you have to drive for like a good 30 minutes to get to a Walmart, that's a ways out. Like, really. It's not good, man. And a Publix, about the same. Like 30 minutes to a Publix. You don't have a neighborhood Publix. Even Winn-Dixie. I mean, seriously, not even a Winn-Dixie out there. It's a ways. So, yeah, no. Like, I mean, you have to think about what level of civilization you really need. For me, Publix. Publix is, and Starbucks. That's basically civilization to me. So other people, they're like, I need a club. I need, you know, the city. I need hopping. Yeah, no, I don't need that level of civilization. Some people are like, I don't need Starbucks. I can do Dunkin' Donuts and like a Walmart and I'm golden. I'm like, okay, so, you know, I wouldn't be okay with that, but some people are. So, you know, to each their own. But figure out like your level of civilization and then figure out how far away from that level of civilization you can live and be comfortable. So for me, it takes about 17 minutes to get to Publix and Starbucks. And I'm happy with that level. But yeah, now they're building a Publix and a Starbucks like a mile from my house. And I think that's a little too close, honestly. So I think I'm gonna have to move. But my daughter's really excited because she's like, she just turned 14 and Publix will hire 14-year-olds to like go and pick up carts and bag groceries. So she's like super, super excited. She's like, I can walk to work and that's gonna be my first job and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, can we just get you through like high school? Like, it's so crazy. Because our son was like, I'm like, go get a job, okay? Go get a job. One job he lost after 20 minutes, and it was through no fault of his own. It was crazy. 20 minutes. How can you even possibly get a job for only 20 minutes? But he was let go within 20 minutes. I was at Panera. And then I was like, I want the kids to learn what it's like to clock in, clock out, and see a paycheck and see how much goes to taxes. This is what, you know, they can't comprehend, I don't think, without actually going through this and doing this. I don't want them to like just come in and work for us or something like that. I want them to actually clock in, clock out, whatever. So our daughter is like, she is ready to go. I have to like hold her back. She is like on fire. She is dying to get her first paycheck. She's probably already figured out how she's going to spend, save, and give. But our son, nope. So his second job, he lost that one within a week. And again, it was through no fault of his own. The second job was at Epic Theaters, and he got the job and had it for a week before everything was shut down for quarantine with COVID. I mean, I couldn't blame him, but at the same time, how do you have a job for 20 minutes and then you have a job for a week? What are you doing? So yeah, he's like, this isn't really working out for me. And I'm like, no, it's not. But he's doing well. I mean, he's in college full time. And he manages his budget and everything really, really well. So we're really proud of him. But he's had 2 jobs, and all told, he's worked like a week and 20 minutes. So, and both times it wasn't because of him. Oh, so bad. That's some craziness right there, but it's true. It's totally true. Anyway, well, hopefully you guys have had a few laughs, probably on my behalf. Hopefully you guys have an amazing, awesome, brilliant weekend. And yeah, I gotta go watch Top Gun. So hopefully you're gonna go and watch the movie. If not, I understand. But my husband is dying to see it, and he rarely asks for a set movie, even though, you know, I'll like pick the movie, and even if he doesn't enjoy it, he'll still go. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of your night, and thanks so much for tuning in and chatting with me for a little bit. It really picked up my weekend. So thanks. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye.